What is up, guys? Brad here, bringing you guys the MMBA Season 3 Week 11, or this is Week 10 match. I'm getting mixed up already just because this match should have been done a long time ago. Basically what happened, actually got an extension until this week Tuesday. We just got this match done today earlier. My opponent was goofing off. I don't know if he never had a team prepped. He was also on vacation. I never got a response to him until like a week later, which is a week too late. I hit him up last week Monday and never got a response until like the weekend when I was not around. Happy to get on, showed down for like 15 minutes today and just did the battle. My opponent said he really just threw a team together, so judging by what my opponent has, he's really weak to Kurokun. Raikou matches up very well against him as well. Krugedal is decent. Also, if Red Steel can set up, it would put in a lot of work in this match. Just gonna hop right into it. Really not too much of this match. I leave with Suicune here. I was debating whether or not to switch out here. I just go for Scald. I knew he was either set Rocks or for Toxic, which was fine. He just goes for the Rocks here, so Rocks really don't matter too much in this match. I guess apart from Smeargle, which, spoiler, doesn't even hit the field. I go into Trunk Nuts, predicting a Toxic, which is correct. I go for the Curse here, just setting up. He really has nothing for Curse apart from this thing. If I get to +2, you really can't do too much to me. He's not even a 2-hit KO on me, so he's not fully offensive. He's invested in defense. He's not fully invested in attack. He unfortunately knocks off my Chesto Berry here, which kind of sucks. Ironhead isn't going to be doing that much at +2 just because, again, he's very defensive. So, can't really rest up against this thing just because if I rest up, he's going to be doing more damage than I think I'm getting back. So, it's kind of unfortunate. I don't have rest, or I don't have sleep talk on this set, so I get a little bit of damage off this thing. Red Steel does go down here, giving me a free opportunity to go out into Suicune. Now, at this point, I was just like YOLO. If he has like Specs Spike Volt in the back, I outspeed that thing. If I can get up to +3, he cannot 2-hit KO me. So, I just go for the Scald here, as he does switch out into the Bronzor. Bronzor really can't touch me. I really don't know what this thing had for me if he had like Toxic or whatever. If he misses Toxic, I don't know, not quite sure how it really matters this match. I don't think it matters at all. I get to +2 here. +2 getting to the point where Vikavolt cannot, I think it has a chance to KO me if he's like fully offensive modest specs. But I do outspeed him and I'm able to OHKO him at this point. I do get up to +3 here. At that point I'm like, okay, I might as well start throwing out Scald. I want to get a few kills with this Mon before it does go down. I get to the point where I can rest up here. The Toxic in one more turn could possibly take me out here, and I really don't want to risk the Psy Wave. He's on a timer with Burn. I think he is Levitate Bronzor, which would make the most sense just for Krugedal. Judging by that average, I think Burn does. Burn's doing, I think, I'm not quite sure how much it really does. I think it's 7%. Yeah, 7%, so, or 6%, so, not quite sure. I think it's supposed to do 12%. He could be E-proof, I'm not quite sure. I don't know why he would bring E-proof. Talonflame matched up really bad against him, so I don't know. You really can't expect Talonflame. Unless you expect Talonflame, I don't really know. At this point I get to +3, which is, or I think +3 or +4 here. Psy Wave really isn't going to be doing too much. I'm not quite sure how Psy Wave is really based, if it's based on like the level or if it's like random damage every time or random power. I get the Scald off here, get rid of the Bronzor, which is great. Just for Krugedal at this point, even though Krugedal is a bit countered here because he has 2 Levitators still, so, and a Vikavolt. I was at +3, he cannot 2-hit KO me, so like, if I would have got Rest or like a Calm Mind there, I would have outspeed. If I would have got Calm Mind, it would have been a 4 KO if he was fully specs modest. Would have got the Rest, wouldn't really matter that much. I outspeed him next turn, I have another chance to go for the Scald. He goes out into the Omega at this point. This thing is a instant 1-hit KO. The crit did not matter. He was guaranteed OHKO at +3, or I think it was, I'm at +3, +4 right now. So it was guaranteed to hit OHKO any of those. He goes into Sharpedo here. Sharpedo really can't touch me. I guess apart from like Crunch or Waterfall flinching me, getting the Fence Drop is probably like the best thing. He goes for the Fence Drop here, does not get it, which is great for me. I go for the Scald, hoping to get a Burn here. I do not pick up the Burn, which is a bit unfortunate. Not the biggest issue, just because I can go for the Scald here and take this thing out. At this point in the match, he has nothing really for me. I outspeed the Donphan, I think. I'm pretty sure if he's like fully defensive. He goes into Cliff Area here. I go for the Scald. Scald doing a very solid chunk. He's actually a Cosmic Power variant, which really isn't a big issue. He can boost his defense all he wants, but I have rest, and it's pretty much just going to be a PP stall match at this point. So it was pretty much my opponent wanted to stay long enough for the PP stall, and I just PowerPoint stall him out here out of soft boils to the point where I can win. I have more rest than he does soft boiled, so it wasn't that big of an issue. I can always set up against him once he gets like really get set up with calm or with soft boil or again soft boiled with Cosmic Power. Doing a bit less each time, I was like, okay, well I might as well set up another Calm Mind here on the next few turns. I'm getting leftovers back every turn, which is great, because this thing can now absolutely touch me. If he has like status like Toxic or T-Wave, it does nothing. If he has Moonblast, it's going to do like 0. So my opponent's pretty much at a loss at this point. He has like no mon at this point that can break through Suicune, so I think at this point I was like, okay, it's pretty much GG. It's just pretty much a PP stall war at this point. And how far my opponent really wants to go here. I knew it was a good game. I knew at least had a 5-0 at this point in the match. So I was like, oh well, 5-0, I'm fine with that. Maybe it could have been a 6-0 if I would have set up like turn 1 with Suicune. I think it was a bit too early, and it was a bit kind of obvious. I want to play it safe. But 5-0 is great. With the 5-0 win, we're currently 7-3 with a plus 11 differential. So I think that keeps us at number 3 in the standings for playoffs, or it could be possibly number 2. I'm not actually quite sure. It depends on the standings for week 10, which should be up later today or tomorrow. My opponent is forfeit here. It was only a matter of time. I do get the crit, which I actually was hoping for. Otherwise, again, like I said, it was going to be a PP stall war. I had more skulls left than he had soft boiled, so it didn't really matter that much. Crit was the only thing. It was going to happen no matter what. If you're doing that and just soft boiling, PP stalling, and trying to stall me out, which ain't gonna really do anything. Crit was inevitable there. He just forfeit, and technically I would have killed this thing, so I pick up a 5-0. Suicune picks up 6 kills this week, putting it as the overall number 1 mon with the most kills on my draft right now. Actually, right behind, with Mega Venusaur actually right behind this thing. So this thing has actually 9 kills so far. Now I had it for less weeks than I had my Lodix, so Suicune putting in the work this week. Like I said, I think next week, I think we're pretty much guaranteed playoffs now. There was actually a poll that we actually did for the league, and it was pretty much, it was either going to be top 6, I think it was top 4, top 6, or top 8. Top 8 won. I don't know why they did top 8. I think it's just another excuse to get more coaches in that don't deserve being in playoffs. If it was me, I would actually prefer top 6, just because there'd be less coaches, and I think it would be more well-deserving to the top coaches in the league that actually tried. With being a top 8, you have 2 more coaches that actually are just included, in my opinion. Top 8 is a little bit too much. I think it should be with a little bit higher differential and higher record. Didn't really agree with that much. There's nothing I can really do about it at this point. It's set in stone. So. Even with this win, I think, again, like I said, I'm at number 2 in the standings for this week, or I think possibly number 2 or number 3. I stay the same. If I get a 1 loss next week, I just can't lose with that much differential. So say if I get like a 1-0 loss next week, I'm still guaranteed playoffs at this point. So I think it's up to like a 3 or 4-0 loss that I have a very good chance of still getting into playoffs. Who I face in playoffs, I don't know yet. I do have one opponent I want to face. Just for playoffs, if I lose, win, I don't care. That's the only person I really do want to face in playoffs. You probably guys really know who that is. Controversial victory of the season was against him. Apart from that, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to get out of here. See you guys next time. Peace.